The first topic that we are studying in this lesson is latent heat. So in order to understand what is latent heat, we perform an experiment. In this slide, we are going to only see what kind of experimental setup do we need in order to study what is latent heat. So here you can see that there is a container, trough, and in this trough, we have taken ice cubes or pieces. So a lot of ice cubes and pieces you can see that we have taken in this container. Now this container is placed over a stand. So this is the stand, and beneath the stand you have adjusted a burner. So the burner is so adjusted that all the heat will be supplied to this container, and this heat will be taken up by the ice cubes and it will gradually melt. Then there is a stand here that we have suspended, one more stand, and through that what has been suspended is a thermometer. So a thermometer is suspended from another stand, and the bulb of the thermometer is adjusted in such a way that the bulb is between the ice cubes. It is surrounded by ice cubes so that we can get the correct temperature. So what have you to do is you have to measure the temperature right now. Once you insert the bulb of the thermometer into the trough containing ice cubes, you have to take the temperature. What is the temperature? You have to note it down. After noting down the temperature, you have to start the burner and then you start heating these ice cubes. Now as you start heating, you have to take the temperature after every 1 minute. The time interval is going to be 1 minute, and after every 1 minute you will have a stopwatch and you set the time. After every 1 minute you have to note down what is the rise in temperature. Now obviously there will be rise in temperature because we are heating, so solid ice cubes will melt and gradually they will vaporize. So the temperature rise you have to note down after every 1 minute. So this is what is the experimental setup that we require in order to study latent heat. Now let us see that what our observations are. We have noted down the temperature after every 1 minute, and let us see what do we observe. What kind of a graph do we get when we are going to plot a graph of temperature against time. In the activity that we performed, we observe that once we start heating the ice cubes, it starts melting, but the temperature remains to be at 0 degrees Celsius. The temperature rises only after all the ice has melted into water. Once all the ice has melted into water, then the temperature starts rising. This rise in temperature continues steadily till we reach a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. Again, after reaching 100, we find that the temperature becomes constant until all the water has converted into steam. 100 degrees is the boiling point of water. Water has now started converted into steam. So the temperature becomes constant at 100 until all the water has been converted into steam. So this is what we are observing when we are performing the experiment. Now here we have a temperature versus time graph. In this graph, we have y and x axis. On the y axis, we have shown temperature in degrees Celsius. Starting from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius, temperature is shown. And on the x axis, we have shown time in minutes. You can see here 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes till 34 minutes the time has been taken. Now what we find is that this line AB over here indicates the conversion of ice into water, that is solid into liquid state, conversion of solid into liquid state. So during this time, that is line AB, we find that there is mixture of ice and water or solid plus liquid, but there is no rise in temperature. The temperature remains constant. This is that is the temperature continues to be at 0 degrees Celsius, which is the melting point of ice. Now, this constant temperature at which a solid is getting converted into liquid is called as the melting point of the substance. In this case, it is water, and so the melting point of ice is 0 degree Celsius. So the constant temperature at which a solid is converted into liquid is called as melting point. Though we are supplying heat constantly, there is no rise in temperature. So where is the heat going? The heat is being utilized to convert the solid into the liquid state. It is utilized to break the bonds in the solid so as to convert it into liquid state. We know that in solids, the atoms and molecules are very, very closely packed. So a lot of heat energy is being utilized to break the bonds so as to convert it into the liquid state. So the heat energy absorbed at constant temperature to convert solid into liquid is called latent heat of fusion. So we have come across a new term that is called latent heat of fusion. So how do we define it? So this is AB that we are talking about, line AB. Heat energy absorbed by a unit mass of a substance at constant temperature to convert from solid to the liquid state is called as latent heat of fusion. So we have studied two definitions here. One is melting point and the other is latent heat of fusion. Melting point, that is the constant temperature at which solid gets converted into liquid, is called melting point. And second term we have learnt is latent heat of fusion, and that is defined as the amount of heat energy absorbed at constant temperature by unit mass of substance or unit mass of solid to convert it into liquid is called specific latent heat of fusion. We have seen what is melting point and we have seen what is latent heat of fusion. Now we shall proceed and try to understand the next two terms. Now, when you reach this point here, you find that the solid ice has converted into liquid completely, and now you find that the temperature steadily goes on increasing, and there is water and liquid. There's only one phase here, and the temperature constantly increases. And finally, you reach a point that is C. So BC represents a constant rise in temperature. And once you reach this point C, again you get a straight line over here, that is CT. And this point corresponds to a temperature that is 100 degree Celsius, which is the boiling point of water. So during this time, we find that the water has started boiling, that is, it is getting converted from the liquid state into the gaseous state. So the constant temperature at which a liquid gets converted into gaseous state is called as its boiling point, and the boiling point of water is 100 degree Celsius. So this line CD, we find that there is no rise in temperature, and this temperature continues to be there until all the water is converted into the gaseous state. So again we come across a new term, that is boiling point. That is the constant temperature at which a liquid is getting converted into gaseous state is called as boiling point of liquid. But here also we are constantly supplying heat. We are constantly supplying heat at this particular stage. So where is the heat going? Again, the heat is going to be utilized to weaken the bonds that are present in the liquid so as to convert it into the gaseous state. Just as here the heat was being utilized to weaken the bonds in the solid to get converted into the liquid state. So same way during this time, that is during this time CD, we find that the heat energy is being utilized to break the bonds in the liquid to convert it into the gaseous state. So here we come across a new term, that is latent heat of vaporization. So what is latent heat of vaporization? The heat energy absorbed by a liquid to convert it into the gaseous state at constant temperature is called latent heat of vaporization. And to put it into a definition, we will say the amount of heat energy absorbed at constant temperature by unit mass of liquid to convert it into the gaseous state is called as specific latent heat of vaporization. So here we come to the end of this activity that we had studied, and we have drawn these conclusions from it. That is, we have learned 4 definitions: melting point, latent heat of fusion, boiling point, and latent heat of vaporization. So quickly let's go through the 2 definitions that we have studied. The amount of heat energy absorbed at constant temperature by unit mass of a solid to convert it into liquid phase is called specific latent heat of fusion. So this is line AB, that is for latent heat of fusion, and it is the amount of heat energy that the ice absorbs for its transition, that is conversion from the solid to the liquid state. Then the amount of heat energy absorbed at constant temperature by unit mass of liquid to convert into gaseous phase is called specific latent heat of vaporization, and we come across it over here, that is CD line. We have boiling water plus vapor, that is liquid plus gaseous phase. So during this time, the water is absorbing all the energy to convert it into the gaseous phase. That is a transition or change from the liquid to the gaseous state takes place over